Hi Gemini, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are focusing in on love, seeing what is going on for you, all things love related, okay? Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. It really does help out the channel, so thank you so much for all your likes, comments, and subscribes. This week I have the Mystic Red Rose Love Oracle. I do have two Lenormand decks here. We have the modern Lenormand as well as the Reinos do Fogo Lenormand, which is the Fire Queen's Lenormand, as well as the Love Message Oracle. Okay, so starting off, just looking at some sort of general themes of love coming up for you, Gemini. Okay, Gemini. General messages for Gemini when it comes to love and romance. General themes going on for Gemini with love, please. Okay. Starting off with the blowing kiss energy there. Unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness and love, affection being returned. So this is very reciprocal energy coming in for you with love, Gemini. Giving and receiving. So love in fairness rather than one-sided connections and that sort of thing. Clarifying this energy for you, Gemini, the blowing kiss energy for Gemini. Why is that relevant to Gemini? It's actually all about you yourself, Gemini, here. We do have the moon coming through first and foremost, which is, talking about your emotions, your intuition, trying to push you in the right direction here. We do have the crossroads coming through as well as the stork. So this blowing kiss energy it's kind of talking more so about making choices that lead you to equal love, having that affection returned rather than being involved in, one-sided things. Your emotions are pushing you in the direction where, you're starting to make decisions where, I'm only going to accept love that, is giving back to me, that I'm receiving love as well as giving that love. So I kind of feel like for you here, Gemini, it does talk about, making better decisions when it comes to love and choosing who you're going to spend your time with love. And we do also see, unconditional love coming through there as well. So for some of you, that's even, looking at the platonic love relationships in your life and sort of not putting all your time, your energy into a relationship where that person is not willing to do the same for you yourself. And I kind of feel as though that's kind of giving you a good example of where to, act and not act when it comes to love and romance, because you're kind of like, well, if I put all my time and energy into something, I do expect some sort of return on that. If I care so much about this person, I kind of expect them to care about me as well, and I'm not going to put up with it anymore where I'm the only one giving. And I do think that's coming through in a lot of different areas for you here, Gemini. But maybe for some of you here, I'm kind of picking up on this energy of, maybe being more aware of those situations, in platonic relationships, in family relationships, friendships, co-worker relationships. It's made you more aware of, what to sort of expect and to know whether someone is willing to, give you the return on the energy and the time that you're spending on them. So it's really showing you're making better decisions when it comes to romantic love through your experiences of, one-sided stuff, in all aspects of love, from your past here. So it's sort of showing you that, your intuition is not wrong when it comes to, deciding where you're actually going to, put in effort for people, and it really sort of stirs you into the changes that you're needing to make for yourself when it comes to romantic love. Stirs you into the right direction. You're getting on the right path. So regardless of whether you've got someone in mind or not, you are sort of really starting to make the changes, come up with new ideas on how to understand whether somebody is, willing to give you what you're giving them in return. Okay, the next energy we have for you here, Gemini, is the dragonfly energy. So lighthearted and adapting, finding out and changing, things coming to light and healing. So, it really is just the evolvement, like the evolving energy from what we've just seen there as well. So, you're healing from some of this past stuff where you have realized that, this is not working out for me. This is not what I really want. I'm not receiving anything in return for all this time and love and energy I'm putting into this person. So you're kind of finding out, the difference between what is working for you and what's not working for you. And so you're adapting and changing and, healing from the negative sides of those things and making the changes, transforming and fluttering towards the right path for you and what you actually want out of these relationships. You're sort of not putting up with anymore the stuff that's not giving back to you there. Clarity does seem to be a big thing for you when it comes to love at the moment. So understanding, the truth of how you have been giving and receiving love in the past does seem to be pretty at the forefront for you at the moment, Gemini. We have the sword and the rose here, which is all about clarity and truth, seeing the deeper stuff that's been going on for you with love and understanding those things and understanding how in some ways in the past, how you may have just accepted that and put up with that and just kept on giving and kept on giving. But, we are seeing you in that phase where you're changing those things and you're taking steps in new directions here because you are sort of getting to the bottom of that. You're seeing the truth of the matter. Clarity and truth, revelations, honor and protection, and determination. So we see you walking ahead, determined to make these changes for yourself when it comes to love, and honor and protect your own heart and protect what it is that you've got a lot to give here. And it's moving in the right direction of protecting that and honoring the truth of who you are and what you have to give with love. So determined to move yourself in the right direction with love here. It's very interesting energy. You're sort of breaking free from those things that just don't give back to you and moving towards, the healed version of yourself who is, only going to accept things that are giving you a return on the love and the time and the energy that you're investing. Okay. Anything else Gemini needs to be aware of when it comes to love and romance, please? Love and romance for Gemini. Okay, firstly, we have the dog coming through here. So there's definitely a lot of clues for you at the moment, Gemini, through your platonic relationships and, looking at the way that you set up platonic relationships and certain elements of those relationships, especially friendships, that put you in the right placement for love to bloom and for, that unconditional love to grow between yourself and others. And we all kind of know friendship is the base of any good relationship as well. So you are seeming to sort of start to understand that a little bit more for your own self and move forward where you're kind of like, well, I'm not going to rush on into the whole love romance stuff. I'm going to make sure we're setting up a connection that is, based in a good, solid friendship where, we're loyal to each other, we're supportive of each other, we understand that we want to, be reliable and helpful, happy with the friendship level stuff before we, pile on the love stuff all on top of that. So, and for others of you, it does just talk just in more general terms here about, getting out and spending more time with your friends and, focusing on the friendships in your world at the moment a little bit here as well. Maybe taking your mind off the love stuff a little bit here, Gemini, by really focusing in on friendship and what friendship means to you and what unconditional love in your friendships sort of means to you and for you. But we do see the garden, which is a very social energy as well. And it does talk about, meeting up with friends and spending time with friends and connecting with people, meeting with people, like meeting them halfway and compromising. But, definitely getting out and about and socializing, spending time getting to just know people and understand people on that friendship kind of a level. It is my date card, but I am definitely getting more so, the casual friendship type dates coming through for you here, Gemini. So if that's something that may really help you in your search for love, if you are seeking love, or even if you already are with somebody, you know, focusing on the friendship side of it and just focusing on spending fun times with friends. Meeting up for more casual dates, like, meeting up for coffee with friends, or just, meeting up for a chat and not putting those romantic pressures on it. Even if it is a romantic interest, where we're sort of taking a little bit of the romance away so that we can focus more on, creating a solid foundation of friendship and support and loyalty to one another here. We also have the stars. Okay, so you're definitely headed in the right direction. One way or another, we do see, you are making a lot better decisions for yourself when it comes to love and romance. And the stars is basically affirming for you that everything that you do wish for, you're on the right path to have those dreams come true for yourself. That there is a reason to be hopeful and optimistic when love is the question on the table there, really staying positive and focused on what you truly want, because it's very achievable for you. Okay. All right, Gemini, we're going to have a quick look into the intimacy and sex stuff, all right? So see what's going on, if anything, for you when it comes to intimacy and, physical and emotional intimacy, I suppose is going to be the best way to word that. YouTube can get a little bit weird sometimes with the sex word. Gemini, what's going on for Gemini with intimacy, please? Kind of feeling here, Gemini, that for a lot of you, it may have felt quite stagnant of late. That the whole intimacy thing, whether that's physical or emotional intimacy, it might have been feeling a little bit stagnant and not much happening for you recently. We do have the ship though, so it's definitely on its way. It's coming in quick, it's coming in fast. All right, so for some of you, this is actually involving, closing distance between yourself and someone on an emotional level, that we need to sort of get on that ship and, get closer to each other, like physically for some of you as well. So you may have, there may have been some physical distance. You may be with somebody at a distance, that kind of stuff. But that distance is, it's coming in quick. It's closing quickly. We're covering that distance pretty quickly. For some of you, I am picking up, especially with Christmas being so close, some of you may be traveling, and that's where we're having our little interludes. Is that not the right word? Our physical interests when it comes to romantic intimacy. There may be, you may actually be needing to travel to do that. So for some of you, there may be some sort of travel or meeting somebody on holiday or they're on holiday, and then you kind of, I'm picking up, for some of you, it's kind of like, it does feel like the energy of more than one little type, like summer fling. It's summer here in Australia, so I'm going to go with summer fling. It's kind of like a few, coming in hard and fast, just maybe more than one little hookup type physical thing coming through there, especially because we do have the fish coming through with that, which it is actually your card, Gemini, but it is the card of abundance and, so a lot of. So for a lot of you, there might be a lot of fish in the sea around you at the moment. You're up here on this boat traveling, and then all these little fish come up to the surface trying to get a bite of Gemini. So very interesting there. But it does talk about a wealth, an abundance of opportunities. Okay, so regardless of whether you're someone that's going to take those opportunities or not, there does seem to be more than one person around you who is sort of looking to have some sort of physical thing going on with you here. But they do feel kind of short term, to be completely honest here. But we do also have the bear coming through. So there is a need for you to, have solid boundaries with these encounters. Okay, so make sure you do have, clear boundaries of what you will and will not allow. The bear is the card of protection as well. So make sure we're using that, if that's something that you may need to think of. But mostly it is just, about having boundaries and not allowing people to cross them. So, this is my boundary. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go this far. I'm not going to, I'm not comfortable doing that or trying this. So don't cross that boundary. Don't ask, that kind of thing. Being very clear and open about what your boundaries are, but also being careful not to be too sort of defensive when it comes, because the bear, sometimes if you get a little bit too close to a bear, they might, rear up and growl and rip your face off. So we're trying to just not push ourselves to that limit, Gemini, where we're, ripping somebody's face off. Keep the claws down and, boundaries firm, yes. But you don't need to, be overly protective of yourself, unless of course you are put in a situation where then you do need to be. But in general, it's just talking about not being not being defensive against the idea of having a bit of fun while the fun is happening. There's a lot of opportunities for you to do so around you at the moment. So if that's something that you're interested in, the opportunities definitely are around you. I feel like some of you, the defensiveness is that you're kind of refusing to see those opportunities. So, some of you may, and I feel like you're going to know if that's you, if you are a little bit on the defense against that sort of stuff, you may actually be not even realizing that you do have these opportunities around you because you're just a little bit on the defense and kind of giving people the back off vibes without even realizing that you're doing that. So, I feel like you'll know if that's you. So you'll know whether or not you want to back down a little bit on that or not. All right. Okay. But for those of you with a specific person in mind, we're just going to check in with the love messages and see if there's any specific love messages wanting to pop out for you from anybody. Straight away we had one jumping on out, but there is somebody that wants to talk. That one. And there was one actually hiding behind that. So that was just continuing on from what I was just talking about with that bear energy, because it was I am blocked, and then sexual desire. So there is somebody who does have strong sexual desire towards you, but you are kind of like they're seeing you as very defensive. If I get too close to Gemini, they're going to rip my face off. And, but I do have a lot of desire for Gemini. So you are kind of blocking this person, whether you are aware of that or not. For some of you, you may be doing that intentionally, which, totally fine as well. For some of you, it's talking about, this person is, you've actually got them blocked, like you've had to block their number or something like that, and they are trying to get this through to you, they are trying to get to you, kind of thing. But for some of you, you're either intentionally avoiding that because you already know that, whereas others of you, you're just not even noticing because you're blocked within your own self here. Anyone else trying to get messages through to Gemini when it comes to love and romance? Any love and romance messages for our Geminis? I don't want to be who I used to be. You deserve better. I will just clarify that energy because that feels like a specific person. Clarify that energy for coming towards Gemini here. I don't want to be who I used to be. You deserve better. Okay, so this is a specific person. This is one of those little fish floating around you here because we do see the key and then the tower. So the key does talk about multiple opportunities, okay? And then we have the tower here, which is talking about somebody older than you or from your past. So I do feel as though for a lot of you, Gemini, this person is somebody from your past. And you know, it's kind of giving me this energy of if you called them and said, hey, let's go, they would jump at the opportunity and they would love to be an opportunity for you, in the physical stuff. But they are very aware that you deserve better than them. So I don't feel like they're going to actually, reach out to you as such. They're just kind of wanting to let you know that, hey, I'm still here available for you if you do need to, if you do need to drunk text me at 3 a.m., I'm still here. I'll answer. If you do want that booty call, Gemini, I'm still back in the distance here. I'll put my hand up, but I won't sort of come out of nowhere and come at you because they do know that you deserve better than that. We do have also, I can't promise you anything. So, yeah, definitely somebody else here who is just short-term potential energy. Okay, Gemini. So, like I said, that feels like that might be that person who's at some sort of a distance here that you may be traveling and then meet this person and have a little bit of a fling, but they can't really promise you anything. Maybe because of the distance, maybe because of other reasons here as well. But it is just a short-term energy there as well. So there's definitely potential, people around you here, Gemini. So some interesting energy, but I feel like it's all about you sort of moving in the direction that you want to move in here and sort of realizing, what you are and are not willing to put up with when it comes to love, and just trying to, focus on building those bonds of friendship and reciprocal energy rather than, actually jumping in the deep end into anything significant straight away here. But that's what we have for you this week, Gemini. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.